The balance of payments, or BOP, is a record of all payments or monetary transactions between a particular country and other nations during a specific time period. It provides a useful glimpse into the economic relationships between different countries around the world. The BOP account is broken down into three separate categories. The current account includes any exchange of finished goods and services, such as tourism, for consumption purposes. When Nali Nation sells goods or services to Gali Galaxy, the payments made to Nali are recorded as a credit to Nali's BOP and a debit to Gali's BOP account. The capital account tracks movement of capital going in and out of a country for investment purposes. When a Gallian migrates to Nali Nation, the items of value he moves into the nation with him represent a credit to Nali's account and a debit to Gali's BOP account. Lastly, the financial account records payment flows related to the change of ownership in international financial assets and liabilities. The flows include direct investment, portfolio investment, and reserve assets, which are purchased and sold only by monetary authorities. When Nalians invest in foreign securities from Gali Galaxy, this effects a debit to Nali's BOP and a credit to Gali's BOP account. A country's BOP should be zero, that is, the current The balance of trade is the difference between a country's imports and exports. A trade deficit occurs when a country buys or imports more goods from other countries than it sells or exports. The expenses going out of the country for imports is greater than the income coming in from exports. While a trade deficit could be an indication of less revenue being generated and hence resulting in a lower standard of living in the economy, it could also be a sign of economic expansion. When a country is going through an expansionary stage of its business cycle, aggregate income increases, which can trigger a rise in the demand for imported goods or services. A balance of trade deficit is favorable for domestic consumers as they enjoy a greater selection of goods and services at competing and lower prices. A trade surplus occurs when a country sells more than it buys from foreign markets. This means that the revenue coming into the country from exports is greater than the payments going out for imports. More revenue usually leads to a rise in employment and wages, which is prosperous for any economy. A surplus may also arise when an economy's business cycle is in a contracting stage. In this stage, aggregate income decreases, leading to a subsequent decline in the demand for imported goods. If exports remain unchanged, a surplus emerges. A balance of trade surplus
created using Powtoon.